Hello again. Hello again. This is all about part 6, I think it is, of Agafluggy. This time it's Agafluggy and the Dickens Doodah Curiosity Shop. As Agafluggy shut up the wish-wash Chinese shop for the night, ready to settle down to sleep, he heard banging and lots of noises. Shashila was asleep. He looked out of the window and saw a light on in the shop unit next door. I wonder what that empty shop will become. As he settled down to sleep, the alarm went off at 8 a.m. Agafluggy did as usual, a nice soak in the bath before getting the shop prepped for the day. He could hear banging and drilling and was curious as to who was about next door. So on getting dressed, he left out the back door and looked in the window of the shop, and it was empty, silent and dark. Weird, he thought. So he ran round the side, and there was a little guy stood in the doorway. "Hello," said Agafluggy. "You just moved into these premises?" The man turned round and had on some square glasses. "Yes, I'm he," said the man. "I'm Geoffrey Doodah, and I'm just getting ready to open next week." "Oh," said Agafluggy. "So what is the shop going to be?" "It's going to be called Dickens Doodah Curiosity Shop." "So who is the Dickens person then?" "I presume your work partner." "Yes, his name is Richard Dickens, but you won't ever see him." Agafluggy had a puzzled look on his face when he said that, but never asked why. It's a curiosity shop with a difference. Pop in next week and see for yourself. We are open 8 days a week, but closed on Tuesdays. With that, Agafluggy smiled and went back into his kitchen via the back door. 8 days a week and closed on a Tuesday? Shashila heard him muttering. "What are you on about? There's only 7 days in a week." Anyway, that week passed, and it's the grand opening today. At 10:42 a.m. Strange time to open, but it was getting stranger all the time. Shashila wasn't at least a bit bothered about the curiosity shop, so Agafluggy went on his own. "Come in," said Doodah. "Welcome to my shop." "Are you curious yet?" he said. Not sure what he meant. Agafluggy nodded yes and wandered off. There was a handful of customers, all looking puzzled, as there was only about 20 or so items in the shop to sell. "I can see you are curious now, Agafluggy. Come, walk with me." This shop seemed to have door after door, and every room about 20 items. "So," said Agafluggy, "will I get to meet Mr. Dickens?" "Oh no, he's away. He's taken his cat to another planet called Mars." "Oh, okay," Agafluggy said. "Does he travel much?" "Who?" said Doodah. "Dickens." "Oh yes, often with his cat." "Cat? Thought Agafluggy. Sounds weird. "I'm curious," said Agafluggy. "What is it you sell?" "Everything you see in these rooms, including the rooms, the doors, the floors and the ceiling." "But there is no price on anything." "See, now I know you are curious as to why not. You see, it's what you don't see that's priced, Agafluggy was becoming a bit uncertain of this man. Strange glasses, selling the whole room, open 8 days a week and closed on Tuesday. Is this man a full shilling or just nuts? To change the subject, Agafluggy said, "You must come next door later and try our Chinese food." "Oh, I came in last night and had a chow mein meal." "I don't remember you in the shop," he said. "Oh, I was in there all right. Food was lovely. Anyway, I must go back to help my wife, who was preparing the food." Agafluggy left, but couldn't find his way out. Every door he opened led to other rooms. Eventually he ended up outside, but in another street. So he headed back to the Chinese and passed the shop next door, which was closed and empty and dark inside. Agafluggy shook his head and was curious about everything. And suddenly a man came out of the shop and said hello to Agafluggy. "I'm the new owner of these premises. I'm Richard Dickens, and my shop is called Dickens Doodah Curiosity Shop." With a very curious and puzzled face, Agafluggy asked who Mr. Doodah was, and is he about? "Oh, him," he said. "No, he passed away many years ago. But I've kept his name as a partner, as it sounds better." "So what is it you sell then?" "Well, I will be selling little curious items and telling curious stories to people." "Can I ask," said Agafluggy, "how many days are you open?" "Well," he said, "that depends on how many days there are in a week. We will close 1 day a week, so 6 days we will be open." "Okay," said Agafluggy, "not 8 days a week then, and closed on a Tuesday. Also, do you own a cat called Cat?" "You are a very interesting and curious soul, Mr. Agafluggy, but there isn't 8 days in a week, and no, I don't have a cat." "It seems you must have met my previous partner in the past somewhere." "So he was always telling people stuff like that?" "I'm now very curious as to how you met him, but please come into my shop and browse. There is nothing in here to sell or buy. That's what makes everyone very curious, hence the name of the shop." Agafluggy went back next door to his wife and smiled and jumped into another hot bath and relaxed and thought, "What a very strange and curious couple I've met next door. Or was I dreaming in my bath?"